Thousands of people are now eligible for a refund from the city of St. Louis after the city settled a lawsuit over its earnings tax.
A Five on Your Side viewer asked our Verify team if some of the highest paid people working in the city ever had to pay the earnings tax in the first place. Here's Ann Allred with the answer.
First, let's go over the earnings tax basics. If you live in the city of St. Louis, you pay a 1% earnings tax, and this lawsuit doesn't affect you. For those of you who live outside the city of St. Louis, but whose employer is based in the city, you also pay a 1% earnings tax. But this lawsuit settlement states that if you were working remotely during the COVID-19 pandemic, you're entitled to get that money back for the years 2020, 2021, and 2022. Five on Your Side viewer Ray Fetch from Maryland Heights asked the Verify team, do professional athletes pay the city of St. Louis 1% earnings tax? Let's verify. Our sources, Greg Daly, Collector of Revenue for the city of St. Louis, the Cardinals, Blues, and City SC. Because all three teams are based within city limits, professional athletes do pay the 1% earnings tax. Most of the time. If they're on the road, they do not. Spring training, for example, they would not pay the earnings tax because they're in Jupiter.
Because they're in Jupiter.
And that goes for you too. It's been a long-standing policy. If you're not a city resident and your city-based company sends you out of town, you can file paperwork with the city to be exempt from paying the earnings tax on those days. And it's not just the St. Louis athletes paying the tax. So are their competitors.
Athletes that come in from other cities, they actually pay the earnings tax also.
Due to strict tax laws, how much the Cards, Blues, and City SC players pay each year in earnings tax isn't accessible. But we can verify, yes, professional athletes pay the city of St. Louis 1% earnings tax, except when they're working out of town. I'm Ann Allred, Five on Your Side.
What would you like us to verify? Just send an email to verify@ksdk.com.